Why are some countries leading the pack while others lag behind? And how does Australia rank on the global scene? These are questions explored in The Innovation Race, a book which explores how cultures can ensure long-term success. Well, for more, I'm joined by co-author Gaia Grant, joining us from our Sydney CBD studio. Gaia Grant, really appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Innovation, it is a buzzword of the moment here in Australia. We're hearing it every quarter of the economy. So in terms of Australia, how do we fit, do you think? Where do we rank when we're looking globally?
Well, interesting question, because when we look globally at innovation, innovation is typically measured on patents, the number of patents that are produced. So typically you'll have companies that are doing well in technology who are way ahead, companies and countries who are doing well in technology. So you'll get Silicon Valley, you'll get Japan, Korea, some parts of Europe. But Australia isn't doing too well on those measures. So we're sitting between 13 and 17 on measures like the 2015 Bloomberg Innovation Scale. And so it's difficult to look at how we can sort of move ahead. But if we look at a completely different measure, and this is the global creativity scale, then we can see we've got the potential to do very well, because what they're looking at is not just technology. They're also looking at tolerance, which is the acceptance of diversity, and they're looking at talent, so how well we can develop a culture in terms of the talent. So there's different measures there that Australia is doing very well in. In fact, we're doing so well that we're coming #1 out of 139 countries on those particular measures. Goodness. So it's interesting to know we have the potential. It's not necessarily transforming into doing well in technology, but we do have the potential to do very well in innovation. And I think that's an important point too, that a lot of people assume that innovation is just about technology and just about the products, when in fact it's about services and it's about improving processes and it's about creative problem solving, doing things better. So we have the potential to do that.
I'm really interested in the idea of the role that culture plays, and it's something that is very much explored in the book. I mean, the book's kind of like a journey, almost, you could sort of describe it as. How integral do you see culture being to the successful level of innovation within an economy, and why is culture rank importantly?
I think culture's absolutely integral. And once again, we look at that end product, the outcome of the innovation process, and we don't consider there's this whole front end. There's the creative thinking, and that is developed individually in terms of creative thinking skills, in terms of a mindset and a whole attitude that needs to be developed. And then at the other end, there's the implementation or the application of those creative ideas. So there's the two parts of the process that are only supported by this culture. And we go around the world on this global innovation journey because we find it fascinating to find how different countries around the world have innovated differently. And we believe it's important to find lessons from different countries and cultures that we can bring back to our culture and to business cultures today.
And can it help in terms of planning for the future? Obviously, alongside innovation, one of the buzzwords is disruption at the moment, capturing a lot of sort of headlines. How do you see innovation working alongside innovation and the broader culture that encompasses both?
Well, there's two types of innovation. There's the sort of breakthrough innovation that's really trying to get ahead, and that can be the disruptive innovations, which are trying to sort of leapfrog ahead of the competition and project into the future. What's going to happen next? What's that next big thing? And can we get there faster? But at the same time, there's also incremental innovation, which are the small adaptations that help us to keep progressing. So both of those need to be supported at the same time. And that's a paradox in a way, because while you want to be sort of encouraging breakthrough ideas on the one hand and exploration, there's this paradox that at the same time you need to be exploiting or preserving or maintaining a culture to support those breakthrough ideas, and also to ensure that you're still building incrementally on ideas that you have and products that you have and services that you have. So the culture needs to support both, and that's a tension that's, I think, quite exciting. It can frustrate the innovation process if it's not managed well, but it can also fuel the innovation process if it's managed effectively, because you're really creating that great dynamic of ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, fantastic stuff. We do have to leave that. Gaia Grant, really appreciate your time today. And the Innovation Race, a fantastic read. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much.